What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm just going to talk about a couple of incidences that happened to me recently in Malaysia. Last week I was in Malacca, and while I was in Malacca I went to the night market, and I was strolling around the night market eating different foods, recording a video, and I ran into somebody that I knew. I spotted them from a distance. It's this other Australian YouTuber. He's commenting on my videos, I've commented on his videos. We have this kind of digital relationship in a sense, and I see him in person. Instead of me going up to him and saying, hey man, you know, I'm Ted Patrick Baird, we met online, I just freeze up and I just walk by and I don't say anything. I don't introduce myself. He's with a woman, so he might have been on a date. And getting back to the apartment, I was like frustrated with myself. I was like, bro, this would be a great guy to like know in person and kind of build a rapport with. But I don't know if I had the fear of being rejected, or maybe I had some irrational thoughts where I thought I was being a nuisance, or I would be, you know, interrupting his evening with the lady that he was with. So that happened in Malacca. Now I'm back in Kuala Lumpur and I checked into my new apartment. I've been here for a couple of days. I go into the elevator today, go down a couple floors, the door opens, and I recognize this other guy that comes into the elevator. He's with a woman, and I know who this guy is. He's a popular YouTuber. We've communicated via email a couple of times. I've commented on his videos, he's responded to me. I kind of digitally have this parasocial relationship, and the elevator starts to go down and it's just us three in the elevator. And then again, I freeze. I don't say anything. I walk out of the elevator and then we start walking in the same direction and I still don't say anything. And then it gets to the point where we both go our separate ways, and then that's that. And as I'm walking, because I was going to the mall, I was just thinking, I was like, dude, what are you doing, man? What is this passiveness? And I was just like very frustrated with myself in that moment, because this guy is exactly where I want to be. He has over 100,000 subscribers. He's making a full-time income from YouTube. He's engaged. This is a great way for me to get into his ecosystem and, you know, potentially form a friendship and relationship. And I just freeze. And this has happened to me in the past where I'm just very passive. You know, I'm shy, I'm introverted, and it takes a lot to put myself out there, you know, because for whatever reason, maybe I'm fearful of rejection or people not accepting me. I don't know where that comes from, but I think that has an underlying, that's an underlying layer in why I have this fear. And I've talked to my therapist about this in the past, and he always tells me that you have to find evidence for the thoughts that you have. And I was having a lot of irrational thoughts in the moment, thinking, you know, these people will reject me, or they'll think I'm like, you know, bothering them, or have some type of negative reaction. And since I've talked with them in the past and they've shown love to me and they've responded to questions that I've asked them, there's no evidence in any circumstance that they would have a negative reaction by me introducing myself while they're in the company of another person. It's frustrating to me because I know I can be social, I know I can make friends, and I just dropped the ball on this one. Maybe in the back of my head, I was thinking about the quote, if you treat people like celebrities, they'll treat you like a fan. I don't know. I think I just do a little bit overthinking, and I don't know. I just wasn't really feeling outgoing in the moment, so maybe that was another reason. Yeah, it was just frustrating. It was frustrating for sure, because the previous day in the same elevator, I met a YouTuber from Edmonds, Washington, which is my hometown. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. One thing I've realized while I'm traveling the world is that it is way smaller than you think. It's just like all these little opportunities keep popping up, and that's how I know it's like a sign from God saying that you are in the right place. You are supposed to be here in Malaysia making all these YouTube videos. I'm big into American football, so I'm sorry all my Malaysian subscribers if you don't understand this reference, but it's like I'm a running back and God has all these blockers for me, and all I have to do is run into the end zone. It's a clear path, and I just fumble the ball. I just fumble it, it goes out of bounds, and we don't score. That's how I feel in these situations where I don't capitalize on these opportunities that present themselves. Something similar happened about, I don't know, 5 months ago. Me and my fiance are getting married in the Catholic Church, and we went to this retreat for couples. It was like a 3-day commuter retreat in Seattle, Washington, and it was a bunch of other couples. About half of the couples were Catholic, half of them were other, denominations of Christianity and even not Christian religions. We were filled in this room with young, engaged couples that wanted to be in the presence of God and be in the presence of other young couples who wanted more for their relationship, to understand each other more spiritually, financially, to strengthen their relationship. And the same thing happened. We had some icebreakers and we kind of talked a little bit, but for the most part, everybody was in their own couple. This was the perfect opportunity for me and my fiance to meet other young couples and become friends and to create a mutual ecosystem in Seattle of Christian couples. And I fumbled on it personally as well, because we didn't end up making any friends out of, there was probably 15 couples there, 15, 20 couples. We didn't make any friends. That wasn't necessarily the point of the retreat. The point of the retreat was to strengthen the relationship with my fiance, and we had some very beautiful conversations and very emotional, very personal conversations. So of course it was very successful. But a kind of side quest for me was like, okay, these people could have taken the class on Zoom. Something inspired these people to take the class in person and be surrounded by other young couples. So those are people that I want to associate with, but yet I was too passive to introduce myself and make the first move to make friends. So I know this is a little bit long-winded, but I just wanted to share that with you, that even though it may look like I'm just like this social animal, it's just like clips, it's just clips on YouTube that sometimes maybe it's not the most realistic. I sent my therapist a voice memo of basically what happened, so I'm curious to get his response and to see what I can do better in the future. Life is like a revolving door. There's gonna be opportunities on opportunities. I know there's gonna be another opportunity where this is gonna happen. I just hope I have the patience and I have the confidence and the assertiveness to just introduce myself, because I know I have it inside me. About a month ago, I was staying at this place called The Colony, and at the gym, I saw these two guys kind of laughing and talking for like 20 minutes. And I was like, okay, these guys seem like good dudes. I wanna get in their ecosystem because they're laughing, they're cracking jokes. I'm like, that's the type of people that I want to have in my life. So they start talking, and then after 20, 30 minutes of talking, they leave. And then again, I'm like, oh crap, here we go again. I'm too scared to introduce myself. And they literally walk down out of the gym and they're gone. And I'm just like, okay, God, if this is meant to be, I'm gonna start walking. And if they're there, I will introduce myself. So I walk out of the gym and there they are, just chilling right there on a bench, kind of outside of the gym. So I jump in, introduce myself, kind of talk about the things that they were talking about in the conversation, because I could kind of overhear what they were saying. And we started laughing, we started joking, and then we exchanged numbers and we became great friends. We hung out maybe 3, 4, 5 times. We played basketball together. We went on a road trip together. We ate Arabic food together. We created a friendship. And that wouldn't have happened if I didn't have the assertiveness to reintroduce myself and to take that risk to possibly be rejected or brushed off. So to circle this back to my initial story, that's why it frustrates me, because deep down inside, I do have this ideal Ted that is not fearful and is confident and is assertive. And it frustrates me when I let that passive, kind of weaker, shy Ted take over. Thank you guys for listening to me and my story. I don't know, I just wanted to be kind of open with you guys and just share something that was on my mind. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. Thank you for watching. Be yourself and you'll make a difference. Peace.